What do I love the most in my home country, Japan? It is the moment to relax in the hot spring. If you haven't tried Japan's hot spring, you should try it. It feels so good. Many hot spring towns exist only a few hours from Tokyo, and Hakone is one of them. I especially like Tonosawa in Hakone. Farther inside the mountain from the main big station called Hakone Yumoto, it's worth visiting because it's much less touristy and has beautiful streams to let you fully relax. And here is a Japanese traditional inn or ryokan to which I kept going back since I visited there for the first time 30 years ago. This episode shows why I fell in love with this inn. The name of the ryokan is Kanshiro, with a title called Tonosawa Onsen Motoyu, which means the original hot spring of Tonosawa. Kanshiro, which was established in 1614, still has old architecture that has been preserved carefully. Over the 4-century-long history of Kanshiro, many famous people visited here. How famous? My favorite example is the 19th century princess called Kazunomiya, who married a shogun. She was the daughter of Ninko Tenno, or Heavenly Sovereign Ninko. Since she was considered to have been more prestigious than the shogun, even after the royal family lost political and economic power in a real sense, her marriage to the shogun was a big deal. Another big person who stayed at Kanshiro was Ito Hirobumi, who became Japan's first prime minister. He was the person who named this inn Kanshiro. Kan means surrounding, Sui means green, and Ro means multi-layered building. These 3 letters were taken from a poem that Hirobumi gave to the head of the inn that time, Suzuki Zenzaemon. This name nicely depicts this inn, surrounded by mountains with beautiful greenery. Famous people from other countries also stayed here. I was surprised that Sun Yat-sen, who led the 1911 revolution and founded the first republican state in China, lived here during his exile. Leading figures of other specialties like literature, sports, performance, and the military have visited this inn. For example, a very popular small wrestler, Ozutsuman Emon, gave the inn his handprint. Isn't it really special that such a historic inn still remains and we can stay there? Yeah, this is the first time that I visited Kanshiro on a rainy day. Okay, this is the main entrance. Let's go. Look, statues of a dog or perhaps lion that are guarding this place. We often see those at the shrine. Oh, little ones, so cute. Once I entered inside, the inn's graceful architecture but profound and mysterious atmosphere welcomed me, which we cannot get from newer buildings. The handrails on the stairs are well polished and shiny, giving them an old but tasteful elegance. I love this. I cannot stop touching these. These must be high-quality materials. The inn's staff, who takes care of us during this stay, shows us around the inn. ガラスも綺麗ですね。
ありがとうございます。でも今と作ることのできないガラス使ってたり。
あ、本当に。ちょっとしたこういう作りがすごいですね。The doors and partitions are latticed or carved with watermarks, so you can see the garden, flowers, and corridors beyond, and even stairs below. How interesting! Even the ceiling of the hallway is very detailed and ooh, I'm impressed. Reflecting its long history, this inn is filled with dignified atmosphere, but fresh and beautiful flowers are presented here and there, giving it a lively and refined taste.
面白いもの。これは何なんですか？ここら辺にあるこのプラモデルのような。
Even the inn's staff didn't know the specific background of this display, but I wonder if one of the past owner's family members was very interested in wartime aircrafts and vessels. Oh, this ship is called Mogami. The original Mogami looked like this, a heavy cruiser of the Imperial Japanese Navy built in 1931. She was engaged in many battles in World War II. After Japan's defeat at the Battle of Midway in 1942, the Mogami was reborn as an aircraft battle cruiser to make up for Japan's lost aircraft carriers. However, in October 1944, she was seriously damaged and sank into the sea at the Battle of Leyte, ending her life. I don't know why the inn owner chose Mogami, whether it happened to be the only model survived for display, or if there was a special memory for this battleship. Anyhow, it was the only battleship displayed here.
エビスビールねえ、これ結構古いんじゃないかな。右から左に書いてあるから大正とかそんなのなんだろう。
Our staff told me that when the building was built, there was a culture of giving mirrors because they were very precious.
覚えてるこれ。ここ前もあった。
はい、こちらも大正時代のそのまま残っているスペースですね。
Here the sinks have a historic and cultural value. And wow, these tiles show exceptional craftsmanship. Then she led us to our guest room. Moegi is a color between green and yellow, which reminds us of grass sprouting fresh in the spring.
失礼します。
Beautiful tatami mats are laid out even at the entrance.
じゃじゃーん。
I love the sliding shoji or paper screen doors with thin vertical lattice designs and glass windows.
美味しそう。
木本さんのわらび餅になっております。
Chimoto, a Hakone-based shop of Japanese sweets, wagashi in Japanese, was founded in 1950. I like their policy of making healthy, safe, and freshly made sweets without freezing them or using artificial ingredients. Our guest room Moegi has a great accessibility because it's close to the main entrance. But since it's on the second floor and has corridors all around the room, you can enjoy nice views. The room is facing the river and the sound of water is so soothing. When the Princess Kazunomiya was recuperating here, Haya River was more rapid than now. But Mr. Nakata, the head of Kansuiro, who was also the head of Tonosa village, took the initiative in creating fences called shiragami to weaken the water flow. Princess Kazu was very pleased with this and held a poetry gathering to thank the hard work. In Kansuiro, there is a poetic monument reminiscent of such poetry gatherings surrounding the princess. Kansuiro's head Nakata composed a poem. In response to the topic given by the princess, a person walking across a bridge who could easily pass by without knowing that it was a moonlit bridge. Here, this is the topic given by the princess and I translated these two Chinese characters in it as a person working, but it could be a traveler. It also could specifically mean a Buddhist practitioner. Nakata's poetry is open to interpretation too. It includes the word yo, and depending on which Chinese character is used, yo can be interpreted as the world or the life, night, or me, or I. Also, this word, moonlit or moonlight, has many implications, such as a path where the light shines in the dark, guidance in life, or Buddha's teaching and compassion. Japanese poetry is concise, but it contains many implied meanings and suggests to us more than what is stated on the surface, quite complex and intriguing. By the way, in addition to the relaxing view, our room has nice wood-based decorations, playful touches, and cute ornaments like this. But I found a more exciting thing here
Takenagashi or
in the bathing room.
hot spring basically naturally comes out always. Look at this, 24 hours. I'm so happy to have this room.
The water is very natural.
And as the sign says, Tonosawa Onsen is an alkaline simple hot spring which helps to heal the automatic nervous system that is not working and causing problems like headache, nausea, irregular heartbeat, or coldness in our hands and feet.
This transparent water, which is nice and gentle for your skin. I feel like I can just soak in hot water whenever.
But of course, I went to the inn's shared bathing rooms because they are better in many ways. Yeah, they are bigger, with more types of bathtubs. The large public bathing rooms are the closest to the hot spring source, and the spring that has just gushed up goes into the bathtub and overflows from there. And the unique antique charms here totally impressed me. These tiles are historical, which were imported to Japan during the Taisho era, and even at that time, they are very rare and valuable. These stone walls make us feel that we are taking a bath in a rock cave. Wow! The hot spring is seeping out from the wall, leaving its mineral components on the surface of the rocks. Cool. We can tell that it has rich hot spring ingredients, even though it's transparent water. Also, look, these small white elements are mineral deposits called yunohana or hot spring flowers. Here, many yunohana are dancing. Nice! I can even have a mineral spring fall. Kanshiro has beautiful open-air baths too, so I will show them later. But now, let's check out the inn's dinner. Today's hors d'oeuvre is sesame tofu topped with salmon and Japanese parsley stalks.
Oishii. I like this dashi. Pretty good. It's not too sweet. It's sort of like light salty instead. Nice dry. Agree.
The appetizer items are so beautiful, especially this one. The menu says this is made of chestnut, but I'm not sure what this is exactly.
Is it chestnut?
I think so. Yeah.
Correct? Tastes like tamago. No. We usually use it's called okara and it's usually used to make this kind of sushi. It's part of sushi.
This is a new kind. Interesting. This is candied sweet fish, slowly simmered in gingered sweet sauce, Wow, it has little eggs.
I don't think I know how much it is. Ah,
Oh, what happened? Oh my god.
Oh.
No?
you'd probably love this. Yeah, it's like super strong.
Looks good.
To me, it was delicious. Well, we both liked the assorted raw seafood otsukuri in Japanese. It includes 2 types of tuna, red snapper, and squid.
This is so sweet. This tuna is good. The akaru. Creamy taste.
Other dishes are also pretty. Look at this nanohana wrapped by fresh pufferfish. Quite interesting. But my most favorite item of the course was Japanese Spanish mackerel, sawara, sauteed and seasoned to perfection. It came with bok choy and what's this?
It looks really interesting. I should maybe taro. It's really nice. It's really delicious. It says potato. It's really nicely sauteed with good oil. Oishi. I like it. Delicious.
My second favorite dish was the soup, which was really yummy and oh yeah, handsome looking.
It has gold. Gold. Wow. Oishi.
What is it?
I don't know what it is, but definitely. I like broth. Broth is wonderful. You know, this place is like somehow what Kyoto, Kansai based. This is a creation. Look at this. Oh my goodness. これ何? 超 fancy. Oh, shinjo. Wow.
Shinjo is a dish made by adding yam and egg white to the ground meat, such as seafood or chicken, and then steam, boil, or fry it.
I think food is very entertaining here.
And not only the taste, but even the lid of the bowl.
Look at this. So fancy. This is so pretty.
I can even feel the pattern engraved. This reminded me of Princess Kazu's belongings that she left behind. She died at this inn in 1877 after a month of recuperation. Her life, which ended when she was only 32 years old, was full of ups and downs. She refused to go to the unfamiliar place Edo and marry into the shogun family. Moreover, she had already engaged to Prince Taruhito of the Arisugawa-nomiya lineage. At the end, she complied because she saw her marriage would help to unite the royal court and the shogunate, and help to prevent foreign pressure and domestic turmoil that were imminent threats Japan was facing at that time. Despite her marriage, the unity of these 2 political entities eventually fell apart, but Princess Kazu and Shogun Iemochi were said to have cared for each other and maintained their amicable relationship. After only 4 years, however, Iemochi died young during the expedition to Choshu in 1866, and Princess Kazu was left behind and took a tonsure as a widow. Then 10 years later, by the time when she became ill and came to this hospital, both of her parents and close relatives had been dead. But she was said to have been kind, invited village children to the inn and gave sweets, and developed friendships with the people in this area. I'm sure that she enjoyed this Tonoso hot spring, which is so gentle and soothing. Overlooking the Haya River. This is such a therapeutic moment. Kansuiro has 2 open-air baths, rotemuro in Japanese, which are separated by gender, but no worries. From 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., you can use the 2 open-air baths as private bathing areas without reservation. First come, first served.
Oh my gosh. It is still 3:30 a.m. I woke up very early. It's just next to the river. Look at this. It looks like castle's wall. Early bird gets wings.
At Kanshiro, I found many other beautiful or curious spots and items. For example, on the top floor, I found large banquet rooms with gorgeous sliding doors, which themselves look like a museum collection filled with amazing art, historic artifacts, some of which I had no idea how they functioned. Look at these lovely historic architectural elements. These rooms have ceilings made of Japanese cedars called Jindai Sugi, which have been buried underground or underwater for more than 1,000 years. This space used the finest Jindai cedar found in the mountains of Hakone. And wow, look at this! Can we still use this room with such a nice stage and have a big party? Amazing! At Kanshiro, there are more fascinating spots like this fox shrine. It's tucked in the rocky surface on the way to the open-air bathing areas. So mysterious. I can go on introducing other spots, but I don't want to give everything away. Now it's probably the time for you to plan your own visit and explore this historic inn by yourself. I'm sure you will find something new which I totally missed. Thank you for watching and see you in future episodes.